Okay, so my last video got interrupted, so I don't know if I hit the record limit or what, but anyway, starting kind of where we left off. It's pretty much all the imperfections on the car that I can think of. All the chrome and everything is great shape. And on the front, it does have some, really small little road chips on it right there. But that's the extent of it. And this right here, the headlight housing, does have a small crack in. I don't know if the hood somebody slammed the hood, probably is what it looks like. Came down too far and hit it. I can't remember. This side is not like that. There it is. So look on the inside. So the inside is pretty incredible. It does have, the only thing is it does have slight wear right here where it looks like he would drag his leg in and out of it, but maybe a little right there. And this is the actual leather. This is not MB Tex. This is the real leather interior. One other thing I forgot. So the dash, and I have no idea what happened on this dash, but it does have one place where it's been repaired. Like I said, this thing is set in a garage since '92, so I have no idea. I wouldn't have imagined that would happen, but it does have it. The rest of the dash is perfect. There's not anything else anywhere. But it does have that one spot that was repaired and still crack a little bit. So, fortunately, I was bummed to see that. But all things considered, I think the rest of the car pretty much makes up for it. I mean, there is not one single crack in the clear coat or anything on any of the wood. I mean, it is pristine. Headliner is super clean. No smells in the car other than kind of, I don't know, it kind of has a 80s cologne smell to it. I think the guy wore a lot of cologne. You can kind of smell that, but it's a, I don't know, it's a pleasurable smell, not a bad smell. But everything is clean. Best I can tell is never smoked in. All these completely clean. Doesn't look like there's ever been any remnants of any ashes. Anything like that. As far as mechanicals on the car, I went through and I replaced all the fuel lines, every single filter anywhere on the car, all fluids, all the way down to the brake fluid. If I could get this open. Changed power steering fluid, flushed it, new filter. I mean, if it's a filter in this car or a fluid, it's been changed. I can guarantee you that. All new brake lines. Like I said, fuel lines. It was full of diesel, so that's good. So the tank wasn't able to rust or anything because it was full. But the diesel did go bad in it, and I had to pull the tank and clean it. Which it wasn't that bad, but I did pull it out, clean it. Before I even ever attempted to start the car, I changed the oil, I pulled the injectors out, I soaked them in some diesel purge, which they looked great. I put a little bit of oil in each cylinder, turned it over by hand as I checked the valves, and it tells me that he definitely took care of the car because it has 92,000 miles on it, and I didn't have to adjust one valve. They were all perfectly in spec. So anyway, like I said, I did all that stuff before I even attempted to start the car, because I wanted to make sure it didn't have any stuck rings or anything like that. I do have a video of the very first time it started after 28 years or however long it sat. But every single part I used on the car, I made sure to go back with an OEM manufacturer part, or Mercedes if I could get it, but definitely an OEM manufacturer. I didn't get any cheap stuff. I mean, even all the way down to the cigar shaped return hose. I didn't just use fuel line there. Put it back, everything as original as I could, even all the way down to the paperwork shows that this car shipped from the factory with Pirelli tires, so I went back with Pirelli tires, which wasn't that easy because they don't make these anymore, and they're the only Pirelli that they made in this size, and they had just discontinued them. So got lucky and had to order them from a couple different places to get a full set, but got a full set of those. Like I say, I mean, the car doesn't need anything. On the AC, I decided to not change it to R134 just after hearing about people having trouble with it not cooling as well after swapping it over. So I found some R12, and so actually the AC system still had a little bit of pressure in it. So I evacuated it, put it under a vacuum for 2 hours, didn't show any leaks. I recharged it, works great. I mean, it'll freeze you out when it's 100 degrees here in Oklahoma. I was pretty impressed with it. It all seems to work. As far as best I can tell, the automatic climate control works. So one thing under here, it still had the original Mercedes battery in it when I got it, and it had off-gassed out of the vent right here and caused that little spot. It's just surface rust. It did eat through the paint, but it's 100% just surface rust. The battery tray is great. I don't have the battery out, obviously, but the battery tray is in great shape. Luckily the battery didn't leak or anything like that. So that's still in great shape. I did have to replace a few hoses. Not very many, because to my surprise they're all, I mean, completely soft and supple and not cracked. So I changed the transmission fluid, filter, gasket, everything. The brakes were okay, but I went ahead and put new ones on it anyway. So yeah, say it's pretty amazing the shape that this thing is in. But at the same time, I guess you'd kind of expect that if it's set in a garage since '89. Just, it's a shame about that dash, but it is what it is, I guess. Like I said, in the grand scheme of things, with how amazing shape this car is in, I guess it's not that huge of a deal. Let's see. So in here, it's real clean in here, other than this one stain. And I do not know what this stuff is, but it is tough. I don't know. I scrubbed on this, and I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it ran out through the carpet and got under here, and it's sticky, but water won't dissolve it. Degreaser won't dissolve it. I don't know what it is. So, like I said, just completely honest about the car, not hiding anything about the car whatsoever. I mean, the car stands on its own. The automatic antenna works perfectly. Oh yeah, so you'll see in the pictures and everything, but all the spare stuff is here. I don't think that's the original spare tire. I don't think, but has one. Whether it's original or not, I don't know. Has the toolkit still in the bag. It has been opened though, but it's all there. You'll be able to tell in the undercarriage pictures that I don't think this thing was ever even touched a dirt road. and it's been in the South its entire life, and was only on the road for a few years before it was put away anyway. But I mean, it's super clean. Super clean. Doesn't leak. Have not seen any spots under it anywhere. So it has the original hood insulation, but it is starting to come down, and I've got some magnets kind of holding it right now, but just fair warning, it is starting to come down, so that's either gonna have to be taken off or replaced, whatever the buyer would like to do. I did replace I didn't replace the outside. Help if I video what I'm talking about. Anyway, I didn't replace the outside here, the hardware. This is original, but I did replace the guts in it on both sides. It was kind of dry rotting a little bit. And so I do have a stamped maintenance booklet from when it was new till the current oil change that was due when I got it. But it's got these things in the door there. One over here, that was going to be the one, I guess, when it was due next. So you can see it's got 92,250 on it now. And I'll have a picture of the Carfax. The Carfax, I think, has one entry on it from like 1985. Well, it probably has another one now from when I tagged it, but so it probably has 2 entries now. But so thought that was pretty neat. Anyway, like I said, I'm sure there's lots of stuff I'm forgetting, but I put new shifter bushings in it underneath. So they were kind of shot. I mean, the car drives down the road like a dream, like glass. It's pretty impressive. So anyway, that's all I can think of right now. So if you have any questions, just, oh wait, nope, one more thing. So the radio, it works, but I don't think it's working correctly. So I'm sure you all will know better than I do probably on this, but
do that because all of the source code's available for download,
works.
And the expectation is
goes up and down everything, but
it's going to be easier.
either I don't know how to do it right, or it's got an issue where I don't know how to tune it. So if I do that, hit automatic, it goes all the way and it hits the strongest station. But for the life of me, I have not figured out how to just tune station at a time. And like I say, it could be me, or maybe it's not working right. I don't know, but it partially functions, or maybe it completely functions. I don't know, but it always just stops on the strongest one.
Weapons against
So
another country, that
anyway,
viral online,
oh, and the clock.
And you have.
So I noticed that the clock doesn't work. Well, I say it doesn't work. It has not moved since I got it, and I have not messed with that part of it. So maybe it's something silly that I just don't know about to make it work, or maybe it doesn't work. So, I mean, like I said, definitely want to disclose every single thing that I know about the car, even though it's pretty clean. I just want to make sure that no surprises for anybody. So anyway, I guess that's all I got for now. Just don't, like I said, don't hesitate to ask any questions if you have them. Thanks.